Hey y'all, I'm back again for another climbing session. I came up with two different, I call them couch problems. The reason I call them that is because I set them while sitting on the couch. So just looking at the picture of the board and putting the holds on, or determining which holds be part of the problem. I think that works well a lot of times because sometimes you'll come up with some really hard things, or something that makes you kind of move beyond your comfort zone. Sometimes they can be impossible. So we'll see how these two go today. I'm gonna brush the holes just a little bit, and then I'll give it a shot from the start and keep seeing how the moves go. So I always want to brush the holes, ravioli bicep, brush thigh board. All right, that should be pretty good. Let's see how it goes. Oh. So not going so well. I figured the start was going to be hard. It's an underclean and coming around the side. Really small feet. I may should go left hand first. So I'll rest a little bit and try that. All right, guys, so I'm going to try to get the holds on there. It's the small red at the bottom beside the green hold. I've got the laser pointer, but it doesn't really show up on it there. And then the purple hold right there. So some really small feet. Then the undercling there. And then there's a hold on the side right in there that's kind of a gritstone texture. And then going up to the crimp there. And then I've got the pinch on the volume there. Let's see, for other feet, I've got the purple right around in there, and then that white hold, and then there's a wood hold right there by the undercling. And so, again, from kind of that crimp and the pinch, then moving up to this crimp here, and then that one right there, here, and then going out, there's a little hold on the other side of that. And then going up to the white hold and finishing on the wood. The 1 foot I forgot about, if I need it, is here. There's another small little purple hold. So trying some just really small feet, fairly small hands given the size of the feet. And we'll see how it goes. Should be hard. Probably not the best time to try it when the humidity is like 95% and it's 60, 70 degrees, but well, it'll be a good reason to get strong. Oh, that start is just hard. I should be able to get it with the right hand. Trying to go left hand, since that holds on the side, it's just pulling me over that way too much because I don't have a foot further out to push with. So I think I'm going to have to just get that, go up and grab that one. It's just kind of slick right now with the humidity. That's not helping, but I should be able to get that. I'll move on to some of the other moves and just see how they go. I don't like that pinch. that move just looks really, really far. So I think I'll add in an intermediate right now just to play with it some. I just can't seem to hold on to anything. Just nothing. All right, so when I first set this problem, I actually was going to use this little crimp here, the nano hoist. Instead, I went with the pinch because I knew it'd be harder. It's either too hard for conditions or too hard for my climbing ability at this point, or some combination of both. So I'm going to try using the nano hoist. And so let's see if I can maybe do some moves starting from the two crimps and go from there. All right, got that move. Still difficult. That nano hoist is more vertical, which is good. It's only 10 millimeters, but I can't get my fingertips kind of around it because of the pinch above. It blocks my hand, so it still has to be kind of this half crimp. It's end cut, but I can't really take full advantage of it. So it makes it a little harder than it would be if it was just purely vertical and nothing blocking it. All right, not too bad for the upper part, but I don't know if you can see, but just all the chalk is gone. I felt like I was going to slide off. I'm not sure if it's going to be better to just try to jump to that last hold. I definitely don't feel like I can hold that angle and kind of not exactly cross over, but almost cross over to that white crimp. It's doable that way. Not easy, because my body's going to swing a good bit, but it's doable. So I'm going to rest, move on to the next one and try it some. I think it might be a little bit easier, but definitely kind of what I thought I would have to do on this problem's been different. I was thinking maybe I could do a heel hook, toe hook on the side, but that just seems too awkward. So kind of that back step twist and long reach definitely seems to feel a whole lot better. I'll keep working on that one and get the start. It's kind of hard in the sense that to really get good on the undercling, I got to be up real high, but then that brings that hold down so low it's hard to kind of catch it and squeeze everything all together. But that's a skill I guess I can learn as I continue to practice it. Okay, so here's the holds for the next one. Foot, the right foot's on that yellow hold. You can kind of see the laser pointer on it. Left foot's on that red one, small at the bottom. And again, those have no texture whatsoever. The hand will start on that swoop rail, I think is what they call it from Beastmaker. So both hands there, going up to the green, and then the white, and then going up to that one, and then the small crimp, and from there, moving up to the escape climbing hold, and then the red, and finish on the black. I did forget one hold. So I also have that red one on for this easier problem. And I forgot one on the other one too. The harder problem, I've got that little purple there. So that's all the holds. Sorry I didn't get those the first time around. Just no chalk, can't hold on to anything. That one gets a little nerve-wracking because I can feel my head getting close to that beam too. All right, a little bit better. Got the start that time, just barely keeping my hips from hitting again. Whew. Yeah, that nerve's a little scary trying to go up to the edge, or I'm sorry, escape climbing. Okay. That move's scary, seeing that beam behind me. So I know I didn't grab it then, but I'm glad I at least went for it. It's a pretty good hold. So I think if I catch it, I should be able to stay in and not swing out, hopefully. All right, I'm just gonna try that move one more time. If I make it, I'll see what I can do with the top. If I don't, I'll just try to start there and see if I can make it to the top. Closer. Let me get some chalk. Starting to pull skin off too. I just don't feel like I can hold anything. I feel like my hands are gonna slip on every move. It just, keep trying to get chalk, but it's just gone pretty much as soon as I touch anything. Just out of reach to do it static. So let me try something else. Oh. I was gonna try that high foot, but I think that just gets me too cramped. My hips have to come out from the wall. Maybe I can push over to the left just a little bit. Let me try to get back in position. No, it's just too cramped, too small a box for me. All right, that's it. So again, these were couch problems. Pretty hard. Conditions don't help anything either, like I said. I mean, it is warm and it's very humid, so it's hard to stick to anything. Every time after I climb, my fingertips are just like devoid of any chalk, so it's all used up. But sometimes these problems are good. They a lot of times look easier when you're setting them, but then they're harder once you get on them. But that way you learn some different things. So that's the good thing about it. I can always, add something in or change it just a little bit to make it easier and kind of do it, but still have this, in the background and try to come back to it another time. I do feel like all of these problems are doable. They're just not, I'm not able to do them right now. I don't feel like it's a strength issue, like I have to get so much stronger or anything like that. I think I just have to learn the move. So I have to kind of learn the technique required for it, the skill required for it. And so, I mean, that's a good thing. It's not a strength issue. It's being able to use the strength that I have and figure out the right position to make it work. Like the first one, doing that back step, there's just enough of an end cut on that nano hoist, with it being blocked, there's just enough end cut to where I can twist a good bit. There was a comment in one of the videos, the guy or person said that I wasn't twisting enough, and that may very well be the case, but sometimes I can't twist. I'm not saying other people couldn't, but at least for me, I can't, because a lot of the holds that I have, they have no texture, or they're flat and there's no end cut. And so for me, if there's not really an end cut, when I go to twist, my hand just comes off because there's nothing to kind of get around and pull out on the hold. So I have to kind of stay more square in where I can pull down on the hold. I'm not able to pull crimp very well. I don't know if that's due to limited motion. I don't have a whole lot of extension there at the distal interphalangeal joint, BIP. So I don't know if that's what limits it. And when I do full crimp, it tends to bother my knuckles. So that's another reason why I don't do it. Mid to upper 40s, I don't really, and needing my hands for work, I don't want hand issues. So that there's some limitations there. So half crimp is what I have to do most of the time, or either open. And so if there's not an end cut, it's really hard to get kind of that half crimp position and be able to hold it without just sliding off. And then sometimes too, it's a matter of where the feet are. If they're, either directly underneath the hold or to the wrong side of it. So like, let's say I'm trying to pull this way. If the foot's kind of too far back this way and there's only one, it can be hard, especially on the wall. I may not have enough board left over to push the right foot against the board to help keep me there. So in that case, kind of like that one today, where that foot's kind of underneath or a little bit to this direction and I'm doing it, then I can go. So in that case, it was the left hand, I had it, I was able to twist, the foot's kind of just on this side of that hold, made it a lot easier going up and doing that twist lock and grabbing the hold. So those are some things to kind of keep in mind. Again, other people may be able to come in, full crimp these holds, and then they can twist and do some things. Unfortunately, it just doesn't work for me every time. But I love to twist, back step, especially on an overhang. So I'm probably kind of purposely setting some problems that require me not to do that, because that is kind of my default and go-to. So anyway, I hope that was helpful. Today's more of a deload day. I haven't climbed too much the past 2 weeks, just been busy. So today was probably a little harder than a normal deload session in the sense of the difficulty of the moves, but I haven't climbed for very long and feel pretty good. I'm gonna go do a deload session in the weight room and get on with my Saturday. Take care, guys.